Owen Buchanan does. Hey, Anthony, got some questions for you.
Hello.
We'll
Sounds
start off
good.
with Owen Buchanan from TexAgs.com.
Yeah, hi, Anthony. I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Buddy and Coach Fisher. Why do you think, in your opinion, is that A&M has been minimally affected by players deciding to opt out, especially when you compare what's gone on in some of the programs across the country?
I think it really just goes to the vision that we have as a team and the coaching staff and how that's combined. And, we really care for each other. And just to be able to have that vision and be focused in on that, guys are really going to put it all on the line for their brothers. So I think that's why you're seeing that.
All right. Thank you.
All right, let's move to Gabe Bach at TexAgs, and then we'll go to Robert Cessna.
Hey, Anthony, I asked Buddy about the competition behind you and him and even Hansford as a veteran guy. Some of the younger guys, he mentioned Andre White, Edrin Cooper, and Tarian Lee. Could you speak to those three guys, how they're progressing, how they're jumping out at practice? And is there another guy maybe Buddy didn't mention?
Oh, they're looking really good. Like in both the freshmen, Coop's out here making plays. He's a fast dude, has range, long guy. And you have T. Lee. He's a playmaker as well. And Andre White is a baller. Like you said, he has a little bit of that experience, and he's really starting to show the top higher end level of understanding. So it's really you're starting to see some really good backer play, for sure.
Next question is from Robert Cessna at the Brown College Station Eagle, and then John Wilson.
Yeah, Anthony, is there a player or unit that you feel holds the key to the defense's success? If that person or that group comes through, there's more likely a chance that the team will have great success?
I'd say the defensive line, and I think they're really up for that task as well. They've been really working super hard since offseason, and you're really just starting to see them buy in to not only scheme, but shoot the effort stuff. When you see a defensive lineman running 60 yards down the field to, tackle a receiver who caught a ball, that's when you start to have your turnovers and stuff. So I really think that the defensive line is going to be the key.
Thank you.
All right, let's move to John Wilson from KBTX, and then Chip Howard.
Hi, Anthony.
Hello.
How excited are you to be able to get on the field for that first scrimmage, and what do you hope this team gets out of that first scrimmage?
Really can't shoot. It's been a minute since we actually have had some live hitting and tackling, and that's really what I'm looking forward to. Just being able to just clean up the tackling as far as as a defense, just have less missed tackles this year, and so I think it's going to be really big for us to lock down, and especially as a defense, and focus on tackling and being physical. So.
Next question is from Chip Howard, and then we'll go to Mike Lucas.
Anthony, I talked to Buddy about this as well, but there's still a little more than 3 weeks left. Talk about just the opportunity to teach the young guys about grinding every day, because I know everyone's looking forward to that first game, but you still have 3 weeks of work left before you step on the field.
For sure. It's all about keeping them in the now. It's a process, and what we're going through right now is it's just now starting that kind of where you kind of want to give it all up because you can't necessarily see, like you said, we have 3 weeks. So it's just about keeping them in the now. Hey, focus on each rep one at a time, and through that intention and through that attention to detail, they'll find success, and then when game time comes, it'll be easy. So this is a pivotal time right now.
Thanks.
Next question is from Mike Lucas at KAGS, and then Justin.
How you doing today?
What's good? Doing well. How about you?
I'm doing good. Hey, I'm just curious. Were you surprised at all that Blades and Tucker decided to opt out? And then follow up to that, how much confidence do you still have in the secondary, even without those two guys?
Yeah, I was a little surprised, but at the end of the day, that was the decision that's best for them and their families, and so I respect that. But we're solid in the secondary. We've got some guys, and we've got some dudes. I'll say that. So.
All right, let's move on to Justin Woodard at KAGS.
Buddy just praised Coach Elko and the game plan he always has for y'all. What makes Coach Elko's I guess, style of defense fun to play? And how do you think his playbook uses the best out of you guys?
It's really just the structure of it. It's so conceptual. It's almost like I'd compare it to a puzzle piece. And the bigger you know how you can, when you're looking at that puzzle, you look at the picture and what it's supposed to be. Once you understand that, you understand where you fit into it. I think that's what's really been interesting to me, and I think it's really just helping all of us as a whole build discipline as far as just doing our job and looking at the bigger picture rather than always going for a big play and messing up the picture. So.
Would you consider an aggressive style?
Oh, for sure. It's all, within the schematics, it's all about, it comes down to fundamentals, which, hat in hands, it's the basics of physicality. So for sure, physical.
All right, let's move on to Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle, and then Zach Taylor.
Hey, man, how are you?
Doing well, man.
Awesome. Hey, I know Coach Fisher said earlier that y'all have done a good job about not keeping the virus at bay, not letting a lot of people get it. What has made y'all so successful in not having any kind of outbreak? And are you surprised at the amount of buy-in that both the veteran guys and the young guys have had?
Man, our training staff has done a tremendous job just ever since we came back. They just were on top of things, keeping us informed, as far as wins our tests, et cetera. And, just the procedures that the SEC has brought about, they're really, solid. So, and like you said, guys are just committed to that vision that I spoke about earlier. And I just think that just goes to the love of the team and, the love we have as brothers. And it's just been building and building. And that's, once you got that love, I mean, that's a small sacrifice to make.
Okay, let's move on to Zach Taylor from Bryan Broadcasting, and then Gabe Bach.
Hey, Anthony, I appreciate you coming on. With this year and the population, or at least the capacity of the stadium is not going to be where it normally is. It seems like defense, more than the other side of the ball, really feeds off the crowd and feeds off the energy. Have you guys talked about trying to create your own at times this practice, or have you guys talked about there being fewer fans in the stands at all?
That's definitely been an emphasis, as along with the effort, you have to bring your own energy. And, we're going to have to really rely on each other for that. Like you said, the highly decreased population now, like 25%. So we're going to really have to, depend on each other as brothers to bring energy and stay hype. And, once we make plays, rally to the ball, hype each other up. So that's going to be pivotal.
Thanks.
Move on to Gabe Bach, and then we'll finish with Alex Miller.
Yeah, Olin, I was looking at Olin, so that's what I get for thinking. Anthony, you and Buddy combined for 20 tackles for loss last year. I think you got him by one. I asked Buddy this, is there a little friendly competition of who makes the most plays behind the line? And what are you guys, from a number standpoint, capable of this year?
Oh man, it's I wouldn't say it's a competition. Like he had mentioned, we're trying to do our jobs, and if that's in the cards for us to make a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, we're not complaining. So we love the tackles for loss, and shoot, maybe we compete every day, so I don't know, but but yeah, as long as we're doing our job, I think there should be plenty of tackles for losses for the both of us this season.
All right, we'll wrap it up with a question from Alex Miller at the Bryan College Station Eagle.
Hey, Anthony, how you doing?
Doing pretty well. Yourself?
I'm doing all right. Hey, so kind of a non-football question, but it seems like a lot of people have picked up some quarantine hobbies amid the pandemic. I was looking on the interwebs, and it looks like you've written a few songs and put them on SoundCloud. Is that true?
Yes, it is true. Yeah, I picked up a little music hobby, that and Fortnite gaming, a hobby I already had, but yeah.
Yeah, so I was just curious, like, what kind of led you to write some of those songs and release them, and just kind of your interest with music?
That was just the nature of the pandemic. Just a lot of time to yourself, and a little bit of boredom, and I've always been a pretty good writer, so I just got to writing some music. And the rest is history, I guess.
Gotcha. And did you record those on your own, or did you have someone that you went and recorded with?
No, I recorded them on my own. Yeah. I just recorded them on my own.
Gotcha. And I saw you released a new one like 4 days ago. You got any more coming out soon, maybe?
None in the near future. Not right now.
Gotcha. And just a couple quick ones. Do you have like a favorite artist or a favorite rapper that inspires you?
I'd say Kendrick Lamar is probably my favorite artist. Just the artistry, the wordplay, and just the creativity for sure.
Gotcha. And I remember last year at the bowl game, your team sent you up as the best singer, and you sang that Vanessa Carlton song. Do you sing around the team often? And what was that like singing in front of them? They got into it pretty well.
Oh yeah, shoot. If it wasn't for my brothers, I wouldn't have never sang in front of a big crowd like that. So, yeah, but shoot, it was a fun time, and yeah, if it's in the locker room, I'll sing a lot. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Anthony.
No problem. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Thanks, Anthony.